Hello. So it's been a while since my last video, but I just spent a lot of time migrating a lot of Excel projects into Power PPM and Power Apps in general. And I thought I'd show how this can be done in an easy way, especially if you have one plan. If you have many plans that need to be migrated at once, there's a more intuitive way of doing that. But today I'm just going to show you how to migrate one plan into Power Apps and Power PPM. So if we start out here, you can see I just created an Excel template, the standard template from Microsoft with a project plan in it, and I added a few extra columns here. Now, if we go into Power PPM, then the first thing I want to do is create a project where this project plan is going to be located. So I'm just going to go in here, and I'm gonna call this imported project plan. It's like that. Save it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the timeline and see here that the timeline let's just start from scratch, have nothing in here, just one task, which is the main task that we're going to link everything together to. So I'm just going to go out of this, and then I'm going to click down here to go into the administration area and go to the task area. And here there's an import view where I can see all the columns has been prepared for us. So for now, I'm just going to filter here and filter on the imported project plan that I just created. And then I'm going to say open in Excel online. This is going to bring up the view of all the tasks that is connected to this plan. And obviously there's a few data that we want to have filled in here. Obviously the initiative project, we want to fill that in, but that should just be imported project plan for all of them. And then we have the VBS, task index, task sequence, the actual task, start and end date, duration, and the type of task that we are working on. So to do this, I simply go in here to the Excel sheet. Now you can see I already got the task and the VBS, but I obviously need the index and the order. Now the order is simple, that's just a fourth running number. So I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And can I do it like this? Yeah, I could, but it kind of destroys the formatting here. Now we also want the index, and the index is essentially a running number within each group. So the first one is going to be 0. Then here you can see we have an index here, so an indent. So this one is going to be 0 as well. Then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is then going to be 1. And now we're starting a new indent. So this is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is going to be 2, 0, 1, 4. This is essentially, this is very specific to the Power Gantt, because this is going to tell the Power Gantt, where to place it on the indent. And I'm going to get back to the linking between the task and the parent task as well. Then of course we need the start and the end date, and we need the duration. And the duration is the amount of days that are multiplied by 60 minutes multiplied by 24 hours. That is going to calculate the duration for us, and it's going to give us this number that's kind of arbitrary. But if you work with Microsoft Project, you've probably seen at least this number before when you have 10 days. This is a constant from Microsoft Project as well as the Power Gantt that kind of describes how long a day is. And then we need the task type, and for this we simply explain that this is a phase by doing that by writing project, and this is a task by writing task. And just gonna do that for all of them. And here, just like that. Now we got everything that we need in here, and I can go back to my project here, and we can see here that the columns are actually not in the right order, but that's all right. I'm just going to copy in the task name first into the task column here, and then I'm going to copy in everything else and just realize if it is in the same order. So we got VBS, index, order, start, end, duration, and type. And if we look here, we got VBS, index, task sequence. All right, this is not going to work because we got this in between. So I need to move some columns around here, and I'm just going to do that by go to edit columns, and then I'm going to say, well, the task is the first column, just like that, and open that up in Excel online again. And then I can basically copy the entire plan here and paste it in. Just like that. Obviously, we want the imported project plan here to be the import project plan for everything. The task category, that's essentially just task. This is the icon, you know, out to the left side of the task. And then we want to say, well, the parent for this is just going to be the parent of the entire project plan to begin with. We're going to come back and update this. Now, the reason I'm not updating it immediately is because the parent of this task is this one, and we don't got the ID for this one, which is going to be placed out here in just a minute. So just like that, I can import it. And that's just going to take a couple of seconds here. Let's track the progress. So I'm going to fast forward through this. Great, everything is imported, 24 rows completed. And now I can refresh the view here and we can see 25 tasks because we got the parent task as well. And the next thing I'm going to do here is open it back in again in Excel Online. And then I'm just going to sort it here by the sequence. It's already sorted by the sequence, that's perfect. And then I'm just going to say, well, the parent for this task is this one. Let me just expand this a little bit. And the parent for this one, this is the task. Just going to put it to one above here. And we're going to do the same for this group. You could also do this directly in the Gantt chart now. That is basically up to you. Then you will simply just go in, point to the task and make an indent on them. And just like that, I'm going to fast forward through this again. It's just going to take a second. Just like that, it's finished. And now we can go back into PPM, go to the project. And I call this import project plan or something like that. And then I can go to the timeline. And now I can see all of our tasks being scheduled in here just as we expected. Obviously the colors are not in here, but you could quickly fix that and just put the pink color, I think it was in this one, and maybe we have a little bit lighter pink. No, we didn't. And color all of the tasks in the sheet here. So like that, very easily, we can import all of the tasks from Excel into the Power Gantt. Obviously, this works for Planner, the Power Gantt, for Projectum xPM and Power PPM. It also works for other planning tools such as Planner Premium. I haven't tried it myself, but it's basically the same routine that you have to go through. Yeah, well, have fun and hope you get imported a lot of cool project plans into your tool.